Yes, guys, here we go. We are back with the Ryan Rivers Careerverse here on VWE, episode 15 today. But before we get into that, we go back to episode 14, where Ryan Rivers thought he had done enough in episode 13 to leave this whole issue with the coffees behind him. But HBK, who seems to, in at least my opinion, have a big issue with Ryan Rivers, was like, no, you're not done with them yet. He showed Ryan the footage you just saw on the monitor in the background there of the coffees actually arguing with each other about who was going to get what they would call the final shot at Ryan Rivers. So Shawn Michaels would then say to Ryan, based off of that, either you're going to face them in a handicap match, as you can see here, or you can go and find yourself a tag partner, which Ryan he didn't manage to do that. This whole issue, to give it some context before we move on to what happened next in episode 14, has come about because Ryan called out Joe Coffey for a North American title match that Shawn Michaels had promised him and not delivered on. And then the following week from that, we saw Wolfgang was taken out and injured backstage, to which the Coffeys blamed Ryan Rivers. That's what brought us to this handicap match. That in itself was interesting enough, but the way the episode went out last time was shocking. Get a load of this. Coming from off the back of Roadblock, Ryan would then appear in NXT talking about how he's left every loose end now tied. He has no other business to take care of except for championship matches going forwards. However, he would be interrupted, as you can see here, by Tony D'Angelo, the Don of NXT. The Don would assure Ryan that he wasn't coming out here to derail Ryan from his goals. He wasn't coming out to challenge Ryan to a match. He came out to offer Ryan not an ally, because Ryan says he doesn't need them, not a friend, because Ryan says he doesn't need them, but family. Tony D'Angelo has offered Ryan Rivers a place in the family, and as you can see here, that is how we went off the air. So let's get into episode 15, and we are starting off where we left last time. Tony has offered Ryan the chance to join the family, as I just said, but what was the answer that was given to the Don by the man who calls himself the number one man in WWE? And it seems that the answer for Tony D'Angelo from Ryan Rivers is a no. Tony, as you would expect, would not take this news lying down. He would not take it quietly. He was interviewed the following week by our backstage reporter Mackie Everett, where she asked Tony what he thought of what Ryan Rivers did, and Tony had this to say. Obviously, Mackie, I'm not happy with Ryan Rivers. I offered him the chance of a lifetime, not just here in WWE, not just in the wrestling industry as a whole. I offered something so prestigious, something that men everywhere would give their lives for. I offered him a chance to become made. I offered him a chance to become part of my family here in NXT. And what you did, Ryan, was disrespectful. You said no to an offer that you just don't refuse. And I can't just let that go. I can't let there be no consequence for that. And you will feel the consequences of your decision, of your disrespect, next week in the middle of the ring when you're not across from me, but you're across from a proud member of my family in Stacks. Well, understandably, I guess from Tony D's point of view, he feels like he offered Ryan Rivers the world as we go into a cover here. But Stacks kicks out before the ref can even get down for one. Tony feels like he's offered Ryan the world, and he feels like Rivers has just threw it all back in his face. He feels disrespected, and you can see that here as he gets involved for the first time in this match. But Rivers straight out into the face of the Don. He is not just going to stand there and take Tony interfering in this match, whether he's a Don or not. Stacks hasn't moved in the middle of the ring, and Tony is dropped face first down onto the steel stairs. That is what you get for interfering in this man's business. He doesn't take kindly to it, as Ryan now drives the big shoulders into Stacks midsection, and he has just absolutely dominated this match. And as we come back from the break, he's got Stacks in trouble again. You can see that the Don is no longer on the outside of the ring. He has been removed from ringside by the referee. Beautiful weight switch there by Stacks, who has been under all kinds of pressure in this match. He obviously doesn't want to go back to the Don, failing to beat Ryan Rivers here, and it might not happen because you can see clearly Stacks has got Ryan in trouble. Oh, so we thought. This man's powers of recovery in matches are like nothing that I have ever seen. He gets in trouble sometimes, Ryan Rivers, but he does not stay in trouble for long. Oh, chop to the back there, and Stacks is finding himself in all kinds of trouble now as he eats that big right hand, unprotected shot to the face, spine buster, middle of the ring. 1, 2, 3. This one is done. Try as he might, Stacks could just not live with Ryan Rivers, and he is now going to have to go back to Tony D'Angelo, failing the test that the Don give him in the form of Ryan Rivers here tonight. And this would lead to another interview with Mackie Everett, this time from Ryan Rivers, and he tells Mackie and Tony D'Angelo at the same time that he didn't realise what it meant to Tony to offer Ryan a place in the family. And Ryan says he will accept Tony D'Angelo's offer, but before he does, he needs to know who's got his back and what he's getting into. And Ryan tells Mackie that the only way that he can be sure that he's in a place where it's the right fit for him is to face the Don himself in the middle of the ring next week here on NXT. And we're not wasting any time at all. We are back in the ring with Ryan Rivers. The Don has answered the challenge, and he deserves a lot of credit for that. He has now got to face Ryan Rivers without Stacks at ringside. As far as I've heard, Stacks is hurt from the match last week, and potentially, we don't know, just speculating here, could be hurting for what happened after the match, after he failed the mission that the Don sent him out with. We don't know. Just pure speculation on my part there, but he did take a beating in the ring, let me tell you, at the hands of Ryan Rivers. And unfortunately for the Don, he's going down exactly the same route that Stacks went, and the Don felt that last week as he was driven down face first onto those steel stairs. And we're at a 5 count here. But Ryan, as always, is just taking his time, messing with the fans, not feeling the pressure, the urgency of the situation. And it looks like he's going to get another count-out win here, or not. Or not. Maybe, just maybe, he feels like the Don deserves a little bit more respect than a count-out win. I don't know what's going on in the head of Rivers at the moment. But if you look at things from Tony's perspective, what I do know is Ryan has turned down the offer of friendship from Ridge Holland, an alliance from Ridge Holland, and now the offer of family from the Don. He has said time and time again he works on his own, and he has stood on that every single time he's been given the opportunity to be a part of something else he wants to be a part of. That he's also said from day one is the group that holds championships here in WWE, but that opportunity still hasn't came his way yet, because that investigation into what happened to Wolfgang is still going on. And to that point, before this match finishes, I need to bring to your attention that Shawn Michaels has requested the presence of Ryan Rivers at Stand and Deliver. Now, as things stand, no pun intended, I don't think that Ryan is being booked for a match on the card at Stand and Deliver. And I'm not going to sit here and speculate that the reason that he's been summoned, if you like, to Stand and Deliver by HBK is anything to do with the Wolfgang situation. But I said at the top of this episode, what's this? What is this? Wow, Stax is actually here, guys. Stax is here, hurting or not. He is going to play a part, it would seem, in this match, even if that part is not physical and it's just to distract Ryan Rivers, to let the Don come up behind and maybe sneak a win here, but he doesn't manage to. The Don does get a shot in on Rivers, but it seemed to just pee Rivers off, if I'm honest. Big elbow to the face now. And Rivers takes back over this match and puts the Don in trouble here as that abdominal stretch is locked in now. And look at how much torque Ryan is putting on the midsection of Tony D'Angelo here. This might be a direct message. Is this issue going to be over to Stax Lorenzo for getting involved in this match here? The Don is doing all he can to hang in there. He needs to find a way out of this hold though, and he does as he shifts his weight out of that submission hold. Hits Rivers with the hip toss. Goes for the right hand, but once again, it seems to just have no effect on Ryan Rivers, who's got the Don now up on his shoulders, and is Tony D's name about to be added to the history that Ryan is making here in WWE? It would seem so. It's 1, it's 2, it's 3. History maker. Count done. That is Stax and Tony D'Angelo now brushed aside by Ryan Rivers. We didn't get a chance to finish our point about Stand and Deliver, but fear not, because the next part of this episode is indeed Stand and Deliver. The show of shows here in NXT is here right now, and we are now in Philly about to find out just why Ryan Rivers was summoned here by Shawn Michaels. Is it anything to do with the Wolfgang situation? Are we finally going to get some clarity on that situation? Or, like I said, as I was talking about at the top of the episode, is it going to be to do with this issue that seems to be here between Ryan Rivers and HBK personally? Are we going to get some light shed on that? I don't know. But what is about to happen here at NXT Show of Shows is undoubtedly going to be interesting, whatever it is. So, with that in mind, let's throw things up to the ring. No, Ryan, that you're probably wondering why I called you here tonight. Why you don't have a match here tonight at our biggest show of the year. Well, as you know, we've been investigating the case into the Wolfgang situation. And finally, I can tell you that we've had a breakthrough and that we can now bring this situation to a close. Thing is, Ryan, is what I suspected all along is that it was you who took out Wolfgang, and now I have the proof that it was you that took out Wolfgang, and here is that proof. That's definitely you, and that is definitely the history maker through the table. Alright, I did it. Okay, I did it. But the blood of Wolfgang lies on your hands, because I did it because you promised me a shot at the North American Championship and you did not deliver. So I had to take matters into my own hands. The only way that I was going to get a title match was to make things personal between myself and Joe Coffey. I wouldn't have had to do that if you had made good on your promise to give me the title shot that I freaking deserve at the end of the day. I am the #1 man in WWE, let alone NXT. And I am a class above every single man in that locker room, every single man in the Ivory Towers, and every single man, woman and child here in this damn arena. I don't regret what I did. I don't accept the blood on my hands. The blood is on your hands. But what I can tell you, and what I will tell you, is the blood that's about to be on my hands is on my hands because I want it on my hands. No, right, don't do this. Oh my God, he's assaulting Shawn Michaels. The man is assaulting Shawn Michaels. All of this that has happened is not worth what is about to happen to you, Ryan, when this is all said and done. All that hard work, the training with Regal, the live shows, everything you've done in the ring so far could all about to be coming to an end. He doesn't care. He literally doesn't care. Shawn Michaels is in a world of physical trouble here, but I feel that what he's gonna be feeling physically is gonna not even play in compared to what Ryan is gonna feel professionally. He's throwing his dream away here. He's throwing it all away. And for what? Because Shawn didn't deliver on a North American title match? This is crazy to me. This is absolutely crazy to me. There is big fines, suspensions, potentially firings here for Ryan Rivers for what he's doing to Shawn Michaels. And he's going after the surgically repaired back of Shawn Michaels too. Every hit that Shawn has taken here has had an impact on that back. Oh, don't do this! He did it! Oh, that hurt my back. He did it. Oh no. This is too far. This is too far. No! Oh God. Oh God. I hope Ryan's enjoying himself here because, guys, this, as quickly as this series has started, we could be witnessing The end of Ryan Rivers right here. I don't know how on earth he could ever come back from this. Oh. Face first onto the apron. This is too much. This is too much. This is too damn much. Are we going to see the history maker on the outside here? No. Oh, even worse. Even worse. He goes around the ring post. And Shawn Michaels hasn't offered any defense. He hasn't countered anything. He is just being absolutely beaten down here. Unfortunately, guys, this is all we have time for in this episode, so I'm gonna leave you with this. If you've enjoyed and you're enjoying where things are going right now, please do subscribe to the channel, leave a like on the video, leave your comments and suggestions in the comments box below. More than anything else, thank you so much for being here. I absolutely have the time of my life making this. So with all 2K26 and everything else coming as well, it is exciting times on this channel. So make sure you're a part of it. But until the next episode in a couple of days, guys, once again, thank you so much for being here. And I hope to see you all back in a couple of days when we'll find out whether Ryan Rivers still even has a job, a career here in WWE or not. Until then, have a great rest of your day, guys, and bye-bye.